Glad you asked me which states are regulating the internet and banning children from social media, because up until this point I've been focusing on Florida. But because you asked, I was able to go to the National Council of State Legislatures and discovered this wonderful chart that they have showing all the various different attempts by states to regulate the internet and control what can and cannot be accessed by children and targets to children and social media in their various states. And it's a lot. It's impacting like almost every single state in the United States. So let's get to it. There's no need to, if you on this account, if you don't follow this account, if you're not a subscriber, you're going to go ahead and subscribe, because I'm keeping up with these things because there's no one else on social media, no one else that's doing it. So I'm all you got. So go ahead and subscribe, and that's how you can pay me back for giving you this information that you didn't know and you wouldn't know otherwise. All right. So there's 50 states in the United States. Let's just go through all of them. There's too much for one video to do all of 50 states. So I'm just going to just do A through N. So Alabama through New Jersey. And so and again, really, really quickly, federal government does not regulate the internet in the United States, and federal meaning like Congress, the White House, and then federal courts up to the Supreme Court. We have like laissez-faire capitalism in America, and we just do whatever we want. And anyway, so let's get started. But the states have tried to regulate the internet and also try to regulate access to the internet from vulnerable populations, including, but really focused on children. Alabama has tried to enact laws related to social media access and digital access, and all have failed. Arizona has tried, but so far failed. Arkansas was successful. So Arkansas has a bill that will require parents' permission before a child under 16 can download social media. There's a group that I mentioned in my last video called NetChoice that just, their whole goal and purpose is to ensure the First Amendment rights to people who access the internet. And so they filed a lawsuit last year that's pending now. So they're challenging the Arkansas law. Connecticut tried several bills, all failed. California, if you follow this account, I've said before on this channel, on this account, that of all the states, United States, California has the most regulations of everything. They regulate everything. And if you ever seen like any sort of documents saying these are the rules, a lot of times they'll say except California. When I went to law school, there was always the California exceptions. The California bar is one of the hardest to take because there's so many ways that they are not like everywhere else in the nation. And I recently traveled to California, and the minute I landed, my phone was going off because California requires so many different disclosures, so many different awareness, so many different things. When you walk into parking lots, there's a sign there just for California that you're not going to see in any other state in the United States of America. So California has made several attempts. A lot of them have failed. The one that passed that's being challenged is actually going after the algorithms. And if you know how algorithms work essentially and how social media makes money, like while social media is great for getting us together for news, information, insight, entertainment, we love social media for that. It has a lot of bad things about social media, but it's really great. It helps creators, it helps businesses reach their clients, it helps people make money. Social media is wonderful, but they just don't do it altruistically. They need to make money, and usually ads is the way they do it. And the way they get ads is say, we can guarantee you this many people. How do they get people on their platform? You have the algorithms, and algorithms feed you content similar to what you like, and you keep watching it. But for vulnerable populations, for impressionable minds where the cortex hasn't formed in their brains, they're trying to protect them from the algorithms. So California's law would actually require social media platforms to have a separate algorithms for young people. So NetChoice, right on time. Actually, that was their first one they challenged. I think that law came in effect in 2022. And NetChoice, that was the first case that they challenged. So they're challenging that California law that went into effect that impacts algorithms. So what's next is, let's go to Florida. Well, watch my videos about Florida. It hasn't been signed into law yet, or it might have already been, but when it does, NetChoice is going to challenge that, best believe. Illinois. So Illinois actually is interesting because Illinois has a bill for vlogging where they essentially saying that if you have any child vlog, or if you're a parent and your kid vlog, or you're a brand and you ask for a kid to vlog, that kid is like the subject to their labor laws, the state labor laws. Weird. Anyway, so that passed. That's enacted. Iowa's attempts failed. Kansas is pending, and Kansas is interesting. It's because Kansas, hey, you kids, if you're in Kansas, their law would say that whenever you download an app, your parents have to know that you downloaded an app. So yeah, that's pending. Kentucky's attempts has failed. Louisiana's passed. Louisiana's is in fact in child influencers. So I don't know the details of them. So if you live in that state, go check them out. But that law essentially is related to the way brands or parents use their children as influencers. Yeah. What else? So that's Louisiana. Massachusetts have tried to pass several of them, and most of them have failed. Oh no, Maryland, my state, Maryland, made several attempts from Maryland, my state, and none of them have passed. Mississippi have several of them pending, but most interesting about one of the ones that is pending in Mississippi is there is a catfish law that I guess it's like catfish empowerment, catfish education. Isn't it interesting? Missouri's have failed. Minnesota's have failed. Nebraska, TikTok is banned in Nebraska. I don't know if you guys know it, but you're not allowed to. You can't have TikTok downloaded on a state-owned phone. Jersey has had a lot, which is interesting. Lots and lots of attempts. Lots of them have failed. The one that's two of them that's most interesting is one trying to control the algorithms, like I mentioned, algorithms, and another one, blogs, essentially controlling and regulating blogs. So yeah. So anyway, so that's it so far. I told you I'm gonna get up to New Jersey. There's others. Continue. Stay tuned. But yeah. And you didn't know this, so stay tuned for the part. So and it's your job. And you should actively go look up, Google and look up state laws, or you can actually check out this database, and maybe there's hyperlinks to get over there. Yeah, you may be able to hyperlink and check over to see what specific rules and laws in your state have passed or not passed. It's all about being civically engaged, because someone else asked me on another post, what can we do about it? Like, is there anything can we do? Can we just like not download like WhatsApp, and can we protest that way? And I'm like, and I mean, I don't know who you're trying to hurt with that. The only way you can stop laws, I'm not telling you to stop any laws. The only way you can impact or affect what it is, the people who do it have power. They have power because people vote them in there. So if you are aware, if you're not socially aware or socially engaged or know what it's going to just happen. So there are things that you can do, like be socially engaged, start a nonprofit, do an enforcement and awareness campaign amongst fellow young people, get folks who can vote. Go vote, look at the candidates on the ballot and see which ones support what, who voted which way, and then if it's an incumbent and they voted to take away your social media rights and you want that, don't vote for that person, vote for the person who's not going to do that. So yeah, there's lots of stuff you can do, but it starts with civic engagement. It starts and ends there. Anyway, alright, this video is going longer than I need it to be, but thank you very much for asking that question, because if you didn't ask that question, I wouldn't have done that research and gone down that rabbit hole. So stay tuned for the next video when I cover the rest of them. Yeah, let's talk below. Like, what do you people in states, Alabama through New Jersey, what do you think about your state? And if I haven't mentioned your state, like for example, Maine, there's just no law in it. I only did mention the ones that had made an attempt. Those other states haven't even tried to like regulate the internet or social media or nothing. They're just like, whatever. Alright, again, follow along, subscribe, because if you don't, you're going to miss this, you're not going to know, and you're going to be ignorant, and you don't want to be ignorant, and you want to be out there all of a sudden, try to get on your app and be like, what the freak? Because I would have told you, because you've been a follower of this account. JJ Gat, talk to you soon. Watch this playlist right here if you're watching this on YouTube.